All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 49ers just dropped their injury report. Kyle Shanahan spoke with local media, and I hope you have some time because this is an insanely crazy update. There's breaking news in here, there's things that we weren't anticipating. Just hold your horses. We're going to get to it all. Brock Purdy, Dre Greenlaw, everything. So stay tuned, get a beverage because this report is crazy. So let's start off here. And the reports that I'm sharing are per Kyle Shanahan via Nick Wagner and Lombardi mixed in. Starting with Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles and Renardo Green. Both of them were dinged up in this game against the Packers. Renardo Green dealing with a neck, DFF dealing with a knee. Both are considered day to day. All right, that's not too bad, right? Oh, Diamador Lenor is, we know he exited the game against the Packers, and now he has to get an MRI. Um, we will continue to see, and they're basically waiting for the results of this. So to kind of really understand the severity of the injury and if he's going to, potentially miss some time, he's getting an MRI on the knee. So tough break, but it doesn't end there. Um, we also have an update on Trent Williams and Nick Bosa. Both of these guys are considered day to day after missing this past game against the Packers. So we'll have to monitor their practice availabilities throughout the week. But I was optimistic they were going to play last week, but both of them were unable to go. So we'll just have to wait and see what the situation is as they head to go play the Bills this week. Some really unfortunate news regarding the 49ers offensive line. Dominic Puni is having a shoulder MRI, and Aaron Banks is in the concussion protocol. So, and you might be thinking, oh, well, we'll just bring up Jonathan Feliciano. Well, guess what? We got some Jonathan Feliciano news coming up. So, again, both of these guys got banged up for the game. It remains to be seen if Banks will clear concussion protocol, and it remains to be seen what the extent of Dominic Puni's injury is to his shoulder. But we'll have to wait and see. And again, I mentioned, let's get to this one first. It was some good news. The 49ers will open the practice window for Dre Greenlaw. So Dre Greenlaw is actually set to return. He will be able to practice this week. So obviously they have 21 days in order to make their decision when to activate him to the active roster. So we are still in a bit of a wait and see period. But from what we've heard from Kyle Shanahan in the past, is they've been repping mock practices, getting him in the groove again and going through the motions. And he's also said himself that he will not return unless he's 100%. So the fact that they are opening up his practice window to return is likely a good sign that he's ready to go. So we'll just have to see if he's actually going to play in this game against the Bills. Would be awesome if he did. But I know a lot of fans, I think, are conflicted about this based on how the season has gone up until this point, whether they want to see him or not. So I mentioned Feliciano earlier. We've kind of been waiting to see if Feliciano was going to return, and we have found out that he is officially shut down for the year. He will not return from IR. Apparently, his knee did not respond the way they were hoping for, and as a result, uh, Jonathan Feliciano will not return. And again, an unfortunate situation considering the fact that there are so many injuries right now to the interior offensive line. Jake Brendel is not playing well. The 49ers could use a change up front, but it looks like it won't be Feliciano, and the 49ers are probably going to have to turn to guys like Nick Sakel and others. So brutal. He tweeted this out after the news came out. He said, "I tried my hardest. Father Time, real. Hoping this ain't the end, but if it is, hell of a ride." So it just sounds like the knee isn't doing what he needs it to do, which again is just unfortunate because that happened in the Super Bowl. Turned out him not being able to go in the Super Bowl had ramifications. Obviously, we don't need to get into it, but really tough blow for Jonathan Feliciano. And last but not least, Brock Purdy. So, as we know, Brock Purdy didn't play in this game against the Packers. He was able to resume throwing today. It was discussed as like a light throwing session, but no setbacks today. So it sounds like we will see. It sounds like we'll see. Sounds like we'll see Brock Purdy practice this Wednesday, but again, that remains to be seen. And yeah, I mean, good news, I guess, for Brock, that he's able to throw, in a light situation and not suffer any setbacks. And we've been trying to figure out what's been going on with his shoulder based on kind of the way last week went down, which was really odd, with how it kind of progressed. And it was just a weird situation. So it sounds like he's on track to play, but just a wild update. Why, like someone said, this feels like 2020, man. Like literally, it took me about 15 minutes to get all these updates out and get them across all channels, and then that obviously it's taken me a while to get through these. And create the video for you and all that kind of stuff. But God, just a rough one. Just woof. So obviously there's more players getting banged up. You're getting some guys back. Obviously, if you get Dre Greenlaw back, you think that would be a nice shot in the arm. You get Trent back. You get Bosa back. I don't know, man. It was brutal. This is a brutal one, especially after the game that we just watched this past weekend, and to see all these injuries to come out of this. And some guys that we were hoping to get back, like Feliciano, who won't be able to get back, just brutal. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this. It's a lot of stuff in here. So let me know how you guys are feeling about it in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.